The investigation into the controversial shooting of the 25-year-old black man, Ahmaud Arbery, in the Brunswick area has a lot of moving parts. There are 2 active investigations and 1 more might be on the way. But in order to understand that, we need a timeline and some context. My name is Joseph and this is AJC in Context. Now, we have several reporters working on this from many different angles, so if you want to read their work, there'll be a link in the description to all of our coverage. Now, there has been just a flurry of information almost every day about this shooting since the video emerged. We're going to detail 6 major inflection points to get you up to speed with the facts of the case. So, number 1, February 23rd, Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed while on a jog in the neighborhood of Salida Shores, which is just a few miles from Brunswick, Georgia. Number 2, initially no charges were filed in the case. Greg McMichaels, one of the suspects and former Glenn County police officer, which is the county where this incident took place, most recently worked as an investigator with the local district attorney's office. He is now retired. His former boss, Brunswick Judicial Circuit District Attorney Jackie Johnson, eventually recused herself from the Arbery case. As far as who's handling the case now, it is now in the hands of Cobb County District Attorney Joyette Holmes, the 4th prosecutor on the case. Johnson and Waycross Area District Attorney George Barnhill, whose son works in the Glenn County DA's office, recused themselves. Hinesville Area District Attorney Tom Duran briefly inherited the investigation but concluded his small office lacked the manpower to take on the case that has drawn the national spotlight. Number 3, cell phone video of the shooting was released in early May, and the clip went viral. I will not be showing it here, but there will be a link in the description. In the video, Arbery is shown running. 2 men pursued him. When the men caught up with Arbery, one got out of the truck carrying a shotgun. A confrontation ensued between them, and by the end of the video, Arbery's collapsed after 3 gunshots. Greg and Travis McMichaels, the father and son who confronted Arbery, told authorities they suspected Arbery of burglaries, and he became violent when confronted. And nearly 2 months after Arbery's death, with no arrests, public pressure started being applied for more transparent investigation. While the Georgia Bureau of Investigation launched a probe into the shooting itself, the Glenn County Police Department requested the GBI look into allegations of threats against those involved in the investigation. Number 4, less than 2 days after taking over the investigation, the GBI announced the arrest of the McMichaels. Both the father and the son were charged with murder and aggravated assault. At a press conference, GBI Director Vic Reynolds said more arrests were possible in this case, which remains under investigation. Number 5, Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr asked the Department of Justice to look into the investigation into how Ahmaud Arbery's death was handled. Quote, "We have requested the involvement of the DOJ since we first took this case. There are far too many questions about how this case was handled and why it took 74 days for 2 killers to be arrested and charged in Mr. Arbery's death." Number 6, on May 21st, 2 weeks after the McMichaels arrests, William Roddie Bryan, the man who took the video capturing Arbery's final seconds of life, was arrested. He was charged with felony murder and an attempt to commit false imprisonment. So, now that you have all that information and all of that context, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Let us know in that comment section down below. And we know this is an especially sensitive case, so please try to be especially sensitive in the comments. But, as always, Internet, go ahead and press that like button if you like this video, favorite if you really liked it. But my name is Joseph, and this has been AJC in Context.